Welcome everybody to Fintech Perspectives. My name is Terry Angelos and I focus on fintech and crypto at Visa today. We're thrilled to have Kris Marszalek from Cryptocom as our guest. Welcome, Kris.
Thanks for having me, Terry. Pleasure to be having this chat with you today.
My first question is, I think I got your name mostly right. You grew up in Poland. Can you chat a little bit about how you got from Poland to building e-commerce businesses in Hong Kong?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a lifelong company builder. So I started my first business at around age 21. And after I dropped out of the university, and the business survived a grand total of, I think, 11 months. But in the process, I got some of the largest customers in the country working with me. And one of these guys who was my customers offered me an opportunity to hop over to Hong Kong and set up operations for his very fast growing business. So that was in 2003. So when I landed, people were still wearing masks on the streets because it was just after SARS. And, now we are going through this COVID situation. So it kind of brings me back to my roots in Hong Kong. And after setting up the business for the gentleman who was kind enough to offer me this opportunity, I struck, again, I had this entrepreneurial itch. I struck out on my own and built a series of companies here in Asia. The first one was a kind of consumer electronics design and manufacturing company. It was in 2004. That grew quite well. Then I started an e-commerce business around 2010, which I sold in 2013. And led a public sector company that ran e-commerce operations across Southeast Asia. And in 2016 started what now is Cryptocom. So you can say that I've been building technology businesses from the hardware side, then moved on to software, then e-commerce, then now in fintech. The common theme here is how do you take an idea and turn it into a product and turn it into a business. I've personally found that there's nothing more satisfying than grinding away, chipping away something for like years and years, and finally you make it work. This is probably one of the most satisfying things you can do in life.
So Kris, one of my questions for you is, how did you secure the Crypto.com domain?
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, we managed to convince a very famous cryptography professor to part ways with the domain. And he actually registered it in 1993. So he held it for 25 years, even though there were hundreds of people approaching him every other week to take it off his hands. And, he's actually famous for saying, crypto stands for cryptography and not cryptocurrency. So it took us some convincing, but I couldn't be more happy that we managed to do it.
That's a terrific story. And, anytime someone sells you a domain and cares about what you do with it, I think you found the right domain.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Let's chat a little bit about Crypto.com. Your mission is cryptocurrency in every wallet. You have 10 million customers today. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do. Who are your target customers? And then, who are the next 90 million as you get to your goal of 100 million customers?
Absolutely. So we are building the bridge between the traditional financial services and crypto. And we do it through a suite of products. The flagship product is the Cryptocom Visa card, where you could, spend your crypto and earn rewards in crypto. Basically it gives our customers the peace of mind that they have 24/7 access to their money and they can spend it at 70 million plus locations in the world. You manage the card through an app, the Cryptocom app, and there you could buy assets and trade them, you could stake it, you could earn interest, or you can even borrow land. So those two products are at the very core of what we do. And as you've mentioned, we've already crossed the 10 million user mark, which is a huge milestone for us. And now we are building an entire ecosystem around it. So you've got a professional offering like cryptocurrency exchange with spot, margin derivatives. We've got our own public chain that is about to hit mainnet. Yeah, and and there's a whole suite of other services that we are building out on top of it, including our very own NFT platform. So if you look at the kind of people that we are targeting, first we started with the crypto enthusiasts, people who are really into it, and then gradually over the years we pushed we're expanding the circle to include people who are crypto curious and try to build products that will resonate. We view ourselves as the company that can design products that take away all this complexity from that this industry is famous for, and instead build a beautifully simple, easy to use product that just makes sense for people.
Let's go back to the card program that you mentioned, which you said is sort of the heart of the Crypto.com experience. You were one of the first crypto wallets to link a stored balance to a Visa card. What drove that initial decision to link a card to the wallet? And then I'd love to learn a little bit more about how you're creating a loyalty program around that.
So again, it's about how do you build a useful product for the customer, right? And it has to be simple, easy to understand, instant value. It has to be good enough so that whenever you use this product, you think like, okay, wow, this is so cool. I need to tell all my friends about it. It's just too good, right, to be true. And if you have this type of strong value proposition, easy to understand, then you can build a company around it. Because essentially, you're able to acquire millions of users, and everybody wants to use it. And it's very important to have something that people can they can really easily grasp the concept, right? So I think the Visa card was the perfect way for us to introduce cryptocurrency and its benefits to a broad group of customers. And the other aspect of it, you asked about this, the loyalty program. We've got several tiers of our cards, all the way from a standard card, which has no annual fees and 1% cashback, all the way to a beautiful black metal card with 8% cashback. And you stake different levels of cryptocurrency on the card to get access to it.
Can you just explain how your reward program works? We've seen traditional rewards dominated by cashback. We've seen Bitcoin rewards, I think for the first time, making inroads into cashback. You have something fairly unique. You have your own token where rewards are issued in that token. And depending on how much of that token you store, your rewards increase. Can you just chat a little bit about kind of the thinking behind that, and what kind of loyalty does that engender among your cardholders? I think some of them hold as much as tens of thousands of dollars in the reward token. Would love to hear more about that.
Right. So let's talk about the experience, right? So when you receive our cards, they come with custom design boxes. There is a handwritten. There's a note talking about our vision and mission for the world and why it's important what we do in terms of adoption of cryptocurrency, and why each and every one of us plays a role here. And so that sets the tone. And then every time you spend with your card, you've got an instant push notification with the cashback you earned on that transaction. Sometimes even before you get the receipt at the point of sale. So this creates a very positive feedback loop, and cashback rates, even though they're paid in crypto, but they're quite generous. 3%, 5%, 8% is very, very generous. So this creates a very, very, very strong positive moment of delight every time you use the card. And coming back to the question about different tiers, to a certain degree, it is similar to what banks do, and you keep a certain balance with your bank, you get access to certain services, and then if you have a higher tier, you have a relationship manager, and then you have a private banker. There's a little bit of similarity here, but what it comes down to is that people take pride in being an early adopter, and people take pride in supporting something they believe in. So I think that creates a very strong loyalty to the brand.
So the final question on the reward side, you also have these purchase rebates, and I noticed they're focused on really digital rewards. Netflix, Spotify, Prime, a little bit different than maybe the traditional sort of car insurance or travel insurance. What's been the feedback to those products, and how do you think about the kinds of products you would put in that inventory of rewards?
Again, when we started, this was a pretty revolutionary concept. Nobody was doing that at the time, and we just thought we're building a product that we would love to use, right? So I'm on Netflix. I use Spotify every day. Amazon. I mean, these things are the staples of our generation, right? And we thought it fits very well with the kind of company we're trying to build and the kind of product we're trying to build. It's all new, fresh. It's like this is our generation. This is what we are here to do, and it was very well received. So I think it was the right call. I specifically, when we look at these rewards, and we always think, okay, is this in line with who we are and with the kind of product we would like to use? Like I don't think insurance kind of matches the same. It doesn't give me the same vibe, and also creates a potential customer experience issues. Like imagine that you file a claim with the insurance, because typically programs do it with third parties. So you file a claim with this insurance and it doesn't go through, or you go to on holiday and then you lose your luggage, and this negative connotation around it, right? We want to enforce the positive experiences and make sure that people relate us. They have this positive experience from every single angle, no matter how you look at it. They always have a good feeling about Cryptocom and what we do. So that kind of drove the decision-making process.
Kris, why don't you chat a little bit about a new product that we saw Crypto.com launch a few weeks ago, something called Spending Power, which is a lending product linked to my crypto balance. And I guess, we've seen this for super high-end individuals and maybe have stocks or assets at a brokerage, and that brokerage may lend them some money. You seem to be taking that concept and bringing it to sort of the everyday person on a card. Can you chat a little bit about how that works and how I access the the loan and spend it on my card?
Sure. I think that this product and this concept fits very well within the ethos of holding cryptocurrencies. There's even this meme HODL, right? That is very popular in crypto. And it just makes financial sense for everybody. I mean, 2017, when we finally hit 100 billion market cap as an industry, now it's over 1.5 trillion. So there's been this massive growth with some volatility, granted, but over a number of years there was this massive growth. So why would you spend your assets if you could just use it as a collateral and get an instant loan, and then you can spend it on your card anytime you want? So I think it creates an improved user experience, and it makes commercial sense, and it's in line with the ethos of cryptocurrency holders. So it's just a win-win-win.
And is that a product that you'll be rolling out? I mean, you're live in US, Canada, and 31 countries in, I think, Europe and AP. Do you need a lending license to roll that out in multiple markets?
So we're starting with Canada. where there is no requirement of a license for this particular product. And then we will gradually expand it to some states in the US and then Europe. In Europe, we secured an electronic money institution license, so this can be useful in rolling it across the market. But in some markets, indeed, lending licenses are required for this product. So we're very happy with rolling it out first in Canada, where our Visa card program went live in Q4 last year, and then gradually making it available worldwide.
Oh, great. I look forward to seeing it in the app soon. So far, we've talked a lot about the consumer experiences, which you guys are innovating on. I wanted to focus on something super back-end, which is settlement. And one of the exciting announcements that we have with Crypto.com is you are the first partner who has tested out settling with Visa in a stable coin, in this case, USDC. And for those who don't know sort of how the back end of Visa works, but at some point, our issuers receive a settlement report that nets out how much money they owe Visa for the purchases of their cardholders. And traditionally, that's always done through a bank wire. And so you have tested out settling with Visa using USDC. And I'm curious, tell us about what that does for you and why that's an interesting way to settle with Visa.
Well, this is a world first that you're seeing a native cryptocurrency transaction go all the way from a crypto wallet, and then customers transact in fiat, and we settle in crypto in USDC with Visa. So it's just a massive news for the entire industry because at us as a direct Visa member, we can just hold the funds in crypto, and we can settle in crypto. So we can basically stay in crypto all the way. And then for us as product builders, we'll be able to create new experiences. Imagine you have a marketplace like property rentals, and hosts need to receive funds. We will be able to very quickly issue virtual Visa cards and disburse payments to them in USDC, and then they can spend it, and we settle it in crypto. So for the entire industry, I think it enables us to bring new products to the market, and you can create better experiences. You no longer will have to move from crypto to fiat as a user. You can do it directly, and for us as a member, we can just settle directly too. So it's a massive news for the market. It's huge vote of confidence for the industry and future of crypto. And I think it's also a brilliant strategic move by Visa, because now you're opening up this entire new asset class, and all this value can flow through the Visa network. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, well, we're certainly excited about it, and it's part of our long-term strategy to enable any form of value to flow over the Visa network, as well as connect other networks in our sort of network of network approaches. Let's shift gears a little bit, Kris. What are some of the biggest trends in crypto that you're excited about, whether it's NFTs or DeFi or central bank digital currencies? I'm curious what you're seeing on the horizon that excites you.
Well, the one that we are heavily investing in and has been making news every single day these days is NFTs. We've just launched our own platform, and I think this is a very unique opportunity for Crypto.com to take the crypto mainstream. If you look at the first 100 million users that came into this industry, it was mostly about trading, asset appreciation, and investment. I think the next 100 million, or at least a big chunk of the next 100 million users coming into this space, are going to come here to collect NFTs. So I'm super bullish on this space. We're talking to some of the largest artists, in entertainment, the world's most famous athletes, who are all interested into coming into this space and finding new ways to express themselves. I'm super bullish on the NFT space.
Well, I hope one day to see your NFT collection, Kris, and maybe we can display it in the app somewhere. Definitely. This is on the roadmap. Great. Maybe just to end things off, we have a couple of lightning round questions, and we sort of ask these to all of our guests. What do you think is most misunderstood in your market?
I think volatility. People think it's a bug, but it's actually a feature. It allows us to bring new waves of users into the industry, and in the process of going through these cycles, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger every time. And as a user, now you've got tools to either be in the market where it's volatile or exit it and still stay in crypto through like stablecoins. So it's your choice. You don't have to experience volatility if you don't want to in crypto.
Yeah, I think most folks think of volatility as being pretty bad. So that's a great perspective. What is your most magical payment experience, maybe outside of Crypto.com?
Oh, outside of Crypto.com? I think the kind of benchmark that we set for ourselves internally when we're building products is Apple Pay. It's just ding, it works, and it's just so addictive. So we try to get to the same level of simplicity and the same sophistication as Apple in their product design.
What advice would you give to a new startup founder today, working in their garage, about to launch something?
That's a very good question. I think go hard and go fast. You need to really be fully committed to it. There is no 9 to 5 in the startup world, and going after your idea and turning into reality, it requires a lot of hard work and many, many years of dedication, but you need to just maintain full speed.
Yeah, I think, speed is probably the single biggest asset that we see that startups have against everybody else. So that's great advice. And maybe I'll just end with kind of what surprised you most about your crypto journey?
That's funny. The speed was the thing that surprised me most when I entered this industry. This is like 24/7, 365. And many of the milestones that the industry has achieved, they actually arrived much faster than we expected. So it's like slowly, and then all at once. So that was very surprising to me, the 24/7 nature of the industry and how quickly the world changed around it.
Well, terrific. Kris, I really appreciate you spending some time with us. Congratulations on your success, and very excited with the partnership and products with Visa. Look forward to working with you.
Likewise, Terry. I appreciate your support and looking forward to releasing some new cool stuff with Visa.